How's it going, everyone? Pop-Tart here. Welcome back to the Aeroteam channel. Today I'm going to be showing you how to paint our 1.5:1 scale Airbus A320 in the Delta Airlines livery. So if you remember back from my old Sears Vision tutorial, livery tutorials are an idea we've been toying with for quite a long time, but now we're finally kicking it off. To start off our very first official livery tutorial, we've got one of the most iconic modern airlines of the global world today, Delta Airlines. This should be a very useful and highly applicable resource for just about any 1.5:1 scale airport project. I'll be first showing you how to repaint the exterior of the A320 into the Delta livery, including all of the details you see here before you. And then at the end of the video, we'll be reconfiguring the base interior from the original A320 tutorial to accurately match Delta's interior, including the First Class, Delta Comfort Plus, and Economy seating configurations. Now, before we get going, as always, this build does make use of our custom Aeroteam texture pack for things such as custom slab and stair colors. A download link to this pack for Minecraft 1.13 can be found in the description below if you don't have it already. I highly recommend using it instead of default, especially for our aircraft deliveries. I will have to warn you ahead of time that this might turn out a little strange in the vanilla Minecraft colors, but it should still be possible, and I will try my best to guide you along either way. But again, I must stress that the Aeroteam pack will make this much easier if you can use it. Anyways, with that all out of the way, let's get going on the tutorial. So of course, we'll be starting off with our blank Airbus A320. If you already have one lying around somewhere, or if you're having to build a new one from scratch, we do have two things to worry about in the way of aircraft configurations. You'll probably want to write this down somewhere on a piece of paper or something, especially if you're building a new aircraft from scratch so you don't forget. First off, the Delta A320 fleet uses the CFM-56 engines, so you'll want to make sure that you use that variant instead of the IAE V2500 engines. Second, the Delta fleet is not equipped with sharklets, so you'll be using wing fences instead. So again, that's CFM engines and wing fences. As you're following along in the tutorial, you'll know exactly where these choices take place so you can use the correct variant. Again, you can find the blank A320 tutorial in the description if you need it. Anyways, now that we've got that covered, just check back here once you've got your aircraft ready to go, and we'll be on our way. So the very first section that we'll be working on here is the fuselage underbelly. To match Delta's signature navy blue colorations here, we're using the lapis lazuli block coupled with red sandstone stairs and slabs for this smooth dark blue coloration. Now this is the tricky part. If you are in default for the solid block color, something like a blue wool might be your best bet. But the slabs and stairs are going to be a bit trickier. You might have to end up using something like the purple slabs and stairs to match with the blue, as that's the bluest color there is in terms of Minecraft stairs. But again, that's purple. It's not exactly a dark blue, so it will turn out a bit strange, as I warned you, which is why we have to use the red sandstone stairs and slabs here in the Aeroteam pack. For the purposes of this tutorial, since we'll be using them so much, I'll be referring to these as the blue stairs and slabs, but again, it's the red sandstone material if you are in the Aeroteam pack. Enough of me flapping my mouth though, let's get going on this livery. So come right up in front of the nose gear here, where we have this layer of top slabs right here at layer 1 of the aircraft. Knock out this and replace it with a blue top slab. Now to make things easier for ourselves, in World Edit here, grab a stick, type /repl0, and that'll switch this over to the replace tool. Select that top slab by left-clicking on it, and now instead of having to manually break and replace every single one of these top slabs, oh, definitely not that, leave that in. Instead of having to break every single one of these top slabs and replace it like this, what you can do now is just continue right-clicking along to paint all of these into the blue top slab, just like this. If you don't have access to World Edit, you will have to replace all of these by hand, but this is a trick you can use to make things a little bit easier for yourselves. Now that you're familiar with the replace tool though, next thing you're going to be doing here is knocking out these quartz upside down stairs here at the gear doors and replacing those with the blue upside down stairs, just like that. Next, what we're going to be doing is quite simply taking this line all the way across the bottom of the fuselage, so everything that's in line with this is going to get repainted in the blue variant. So, basically what I mean by this is, grab that red sandstone slab and just take this all the way around the edge here. So you've got an upside down stair facing forwards here, that'll turn into a blue upside down stair facing forwards, and just wrap this all the way along the edge. Again, whenever you switch to a new block material, you can just select that with a stick by left-clicking on it like I did there, and that will switch it over to that very quickly, so you can switch between block types. And another thing to note is that these this quartz outline here for the gear doors does stay as quartz like this. It won't get repainted into the blue stairs like this. It's just going to stay as quartz to outline against the fuselage itself. Anyways, just continue taking this outline all the way around the edge of the aircraft here, just like this. And where we have this last top slab, that is where it ends. So it's basically just an outline around this very first layer of the aircraft here, and everything inside of it gets filled in with the red material. It's really quite simple. So just repaint all of this, and I'm doing it in a very lazy fashion, but we'll get there eventually. So, continue taking this all the way around, just like this. Then all these full blocks here in the center will get filled in with the lapis, of course. So just wherever you see a wool block, replace it with the lapis. Wherever you see a wool top slab, replace that with a blue top slab. And same thing with all of your stairs as well, too, of course. Just like this. So here we have an upside down wool stair facing backwards. That's just going to be a blue stair facing backwards, just like that. And just repaint everything up here at the front too. Lapis blots all the way across. And your wool stair right, not a wool stair, blue stair right there. And now, if I'm not mistaken, that should be everything for the underbelly of the aircraft. Yep, it's all filled in. So one thing I would like to mention is that, as you may be aware, Delta does have a new variant of their livery from 2015 onwards, I believe, where they have the Delta text on the underbelly of the aircraft. Now, this isn't actually something we have designed for our A320 yet at this point, so if you would like to include that, you can obviously include it on your own if you'd like to, but we don't have a variant of that ourselves yet at this point in time. So it's just the previous iteration of the Delta livery with the flat underbelly like this. Anyways, once you have that, that is everything for the underbelly of the A320. Next up here, we'll be working on the CFM engines. So this is going to be very straightforward. Delta's engines are basically just a solid blue color. There's no extra details like airline branding or any other things like websites or any details really. It's just a flat blue color. So, wherever you see a block, we'll be just doing the same thing that we did on the underbelly there, basically. Wool blocks can get changed out for lapis, just like this. And the wool stairs and slabs are all going to be changed out for blue stairs and slabs, all the way through. So you've got blue top slabs right there. That'll get changed over to, or wool top slabs rather, changed over to blue top slabs, just like this, all the way around. Now, as for these blocks under here, the iron trapdoors do cover up the two wool blots on the underside there. If you are in default and are using the default iron trapdoors, it obviously won't be fully opaque like this. You'll have little gaps in it, so you'll probably want to change out those wool blots there for the lapis blots, or your whatever solid blue color you're using in default, just like this, so that you don't have wool seeping through the cracks in the iron trapdoor like that. Anyways, once you have that, just continue painting all of this over. So you've got your blue stairs and slabs across the top, just like that. And that is everything for the engines. Really quite simple. So we'll just do the same on the other side of the aircraft here. Switching all of this out for your lapis blocks like this. Painting everything over. And your top slabs there. Again, covering up the wool blocks on the inside here if you are on default, but that's not something we have to worry about here in the Aeroteam pack. I'm just doing that for fun. And just continue painting all of that over, just like this. And that's everything for your engines. The next section that we'll be working on here is the wingtip fences. So this is even more simple than the engines that we just finished. All that you'll be doing is, again, switching all this out for the blue variants. So where you see a wool, switch that up for lapis. Wool stair, that goes to a blue stair, just like this, and that's all there is to it. Same thing on the other side, just painting this all over to a nice solid blue color, just like that. And that's it for the wingtip fences. Now here's where the fun part of the livery starts to finally play in. So we'll be working on the vertical stabilizer next, and we can start painting the Delta Airlines logo on the tail of the aircraft. So what we'll be doing here first is painting the logo itself. So come down right here to this fourth layer down here on the leading edge of the tail, where we have this half slab right here basically. Knock this half slab out and replace it with a brick slab just like this. Next, starting back from this, place 4 red wool blocks across the back right here, making sure to replace that lever there if you did break it, just like that. Next, a red wool block underneath that brick slab right there, then 1, 2, and 3 more back from it, just like this. 1 more down below underneath that first one, and place a row of 2 red wool across, just like that. Next up, we've got the darker shade of the, on the other side of the Delta widget arrow. So we'll be switching over to the solid block of bricks for this. From this red wool here, the first one on the bottom, place a solid block of bricks forwards from that, with a brick half slab on top, just like so. Knock out these 3 wool blocks right here, replace that with your bricks, just like this. 2 bricks going down from the last 2, just like that. 2 more right there. And then just 1 going down from that farthest back, like so, with a brick half slab out to either side there, replacing that wool half slab. That'll do it for the top portion of the Delta widget arrow, kind of pointing up to the left. Next, we've got the back portion here. So come down to the bottom right here, where we have this wool block, replace that with a brick like this. Another brick going up like this, and then 2 more right there. Now switch back to your red wool. We've got a red wool right there on top of it, and a brick top slab replacing that wool top slab. Just like that. If any of that was a bit confusing to you, here's another look at it in case you need to double check and confirm anything. But with that, that is the widget arrow itself complete. So what we'll be doing next is just painting all of the excess area in here with the blue color. Starting right down here at the base of the vertical stabilizer, we'll first make a little outline for ourselves so we can see exactly where we're filling in. So where we've got this wool stair right here, just replace that with a blue stair. Take a lapis block and drag this back right here until you hit this little bulb in the at the base of the vertical stabilizer here. Take these 3 stairs here, replace them with your blue stairs. Make sure that's a stair facing forwards and then 2 out to the side right here. Same thing on the other side, stair facing forwards and 2 out to the side, just like this. And now going back from this here, where we've got this brick half slab right here, just 1 more blue slab going back from that. This wool slab right here stays wool, and everything else past here does as well. So again, that's just that 1 blue slab after that brick slab, just like that. That'll give us this kind of outline across the base of the vertical stabilizer here, so we know where to paint in. So everything else here in wool above that line gets painted in with the blue materials. So where we have this slab here, that's just going to be a blue slab. And paint in all of the these wool blocks here with the lapis block, just like this. Then you've got this wool slab right here that'll turn into a blue slab, and then these 3 slabs across the top of the vertical stabilizer, just like that. And that is the Delta logo on the tail complete. So the last thing we're going to be doing for the exterior of the Delta A320 here is putting in all of the final details on the fuselage. First things first here, come to the L1 door here, this forward left door. Skip this first block of wool right here on this kind of middle layer right here. On the second block here, knock that out and replace it with a block of bricks for the Delta widget logo. In default, just use red terracotta or something like that for a darker color, but in the Aeroteam pack, this is a darker red color like this. Grab your lapis block again, skip this block right here, and place 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 blocks of your lapis going back from this for the Delta text on the side of the aircraft right here. The same thing's going to happen on the other side of the aircraft here in reverse. So where we have this last lapis block that we just placed there, come in line with that here, and place a block of bricks right there in line with that for the Delta widget logo on the left. Skip a block of wool, then 5 lapis blocks going forwards from that, just like this. And that should line up there where you have 1 block of wool left before the R1 door starts. That'll do it for the Delta lettering. Next, grab a blue slab right here. And forwards from the store here where we have this wool slab, we're going to knock that out and replace it with a blue slab right here. This is for the SkyTeam logo on the side of the nose right here. and we're going to do the same thing on the other side, just like that. Last detail we have to put in place here for the exterior is the registration at the rear of the aircraft here. So come down to the aft entry door right here, where we've got this door. Skip this first block of wool right here, knock out 2 blocks going forwards from that, replace this with your lapis block, just like that, for the registration lettering. Skip a block right here, and knock out this next wool, replace that with a red wool, with a stone button out to the side. This is for the American flag logo that's coupled with the registration on the aircraft. Same thing on the other side here, so skip a block of wool there, 2 lapis blocks going forwards, skip a block again, red wool, and a stone button out to the side. That'll do it for the aircraft registration, and that is everything for the exterior of the Delta A320. So now that the exterior is done, the last thing we're going to be doing for this tutorial is reconfiguring the interior. So just step inside the aircraft here. We'll be starting with the first class section here. You'll first want to knock out all of these seats right here in the first class section, right up until this bulkhead barrier right here, on both sides just like this. Skip 2 blocks back from this iron trapdoor bulkhead right here at the front, so this block too, so 1 and 2 right here. And on the outboard side, place a blue stair facing forwards right there, with a slab on top, just like that. Then in from this here, you've got a quartz upside down stair facing forwards with a gray carpet on top. This is for the representation of the larger armrest between the seats. Like this. Unfortunately, in this scale, we don't have room for the second seat in the first class section, but this kind of shows the spaciousness of it and gives off the general feel of the first class section. So, same thing on the other side here. You've got your blue stair facing forwards, slab on top, upside down quartz stair there, and gray carpet on top. This design will repeat itself twice more going back here. So you've got a gap of 1, blue stair facing forwards there, slab on top, quartz upside down stair, and a gray carpet on top. Gap of 1, blue stair, slab, quartz stair, and gray carpet. Same thing here. Blue stair there, slab on top, quartz stair, gray carpet. Blue stair, slab, quartz stair, gray carpet. Just like that. That'll do it for the first class section. Next, going back, what we're going to do here is knock out this iron trapdoor bulkhead, just like that, on both sides right here. We'll be replacing that bulkhead with a curtain design behind the first class section instead. So grab a blue banner, place 2 of these facing forwards just like that, with 2 light gray stained glass panes on top of them. Knock out that upside down quartz stair in the ceiling right here, and replace that with a cobblestone wall just like that. Same thing over here, 2 blue banners there, 2 light gray stained glass panes, and your cobblestone wall in the ceiling. Just like that. So with the first class section behind us now, lucky for us the economy class configuration from the base tutorial already matches Delta's blue seating configurations. So all that we have left to put in here is the Comfort Plus at the front of the main cabin here. So what we'll be doing for this is replacing the blue slabs here on top of the stairs with the red slabs that is here, brick slabs to match the red headrests on the Comfort Plus seats. This will repeat that for 3 rows here, so we have 1, 2, and 3, just like that. 1, 2, and 3. And once you have that, that is everything for the Comfort Plus section. Again, for the rest of the main cabin here, you'll want to make sure that the economy seats match this blue coloration for Delta seats. But with that all done, that is everything for the Delta A320. So, congratulations on completing this aircraft. We hope that you enjoyed building it, and we hope that you enjoy having it in your Minecraft world. Thank you so much for choosing an Aeroteam design. Hundreds of hours of work from all of us here at the Aeroteam go into all of our aircraft to make these designs possible. And on that note, we do ask that if you use our designs, then please do give us credit for our hard work. Feel free to build this on a server, or any kind of airport project you intend to publish or share in any way. You're most welcome to use our designs, that's why we publish them. But if you do so, then you must give credit to the Aeroteam for these aircraft. And if you share this anywhere on social media, just give us credit equally. That's all that we ask. And if you have built this aircraft, let us know. We'd love to see how you're using our designs. So, with that all out of the way, that concludes this tutorial. Again, thank you so much for building this aircraft. If you enjoyed, you can check out our other tutorials via the playlists in the description below. If you like this, you might find something else from us that you like too. And if you do find that to be the case, then please do consider subscribing to the Aeroteam channel to be the first to see our new aircraft when they come out. That's just about it though. So, thank you all for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.